Hey guys, it's Ray. Welcome to another video. It's been another few months since I've uploaded a video, and what can I say? It just takes me a while before I get inspiration, and I really don't like building unless I sit down and I have an idea of something I want to build in my head, or else, sometimes I just get frustrated if it doesn't turn out the way I wanted it to, or just like I get stuck. So I really like having some sort of idea of what I want to do, and that is what I had, and I'd been thinking about this for a while now, and I just kind of been like sitting around like thinking about what I would add to it before I actually started it because I wanted some sort of idea. And the idea that I had was, I want something like pink. I want to have like a touch of pink, but not too pink. So basically, I came up with this idea like I'm gonna have like a Barbie inspired mansion, but not like super Barbie because I know that like the Barbie dream house and like everything like that I've seen other builders do and just like that I've seen from like the actual Barbie like series and whatever. It's a very, very pink and very hot pink. And I did not want to do that because for me in my builds, I don't like to have them be super colorful in the first place. And you can probably tell that. Like I like pops of color, but I don't do like super out there builds in the first place. So yeah, I knew I wanted to have a little bit of pink, but like a little tone down. So that's what I decided to do here. And as you can see, I just built a little bit of a spiral staircase there. And yeah, I've done spiral staircases before, but this I think is the first time that I did one. And I was really proud of it because, it just takes a while to get used to, especially like using the tool mod and all. And even though I'm not building all the time, let me say I'm obsessed with Sims YouTube. So one of my favorite builders, Kate Emerald, she has spiral staircases in, I don't know, 90% of her builds, almost all of them, and she does an amazing job. And I've just been inspired watching her. And even though I had given spiral staircases a try before, I just don't really feel like they turned out the way I wanted them to. And this time, I really put in the time and the effort and really made it look the way I had imagined it to look. And I know it seemed like it just sort of appeared really fast, but let me just say there was a lot of editing that went into this, just like there are for most videos that just exist on YouTube in general, especially like Sims building videos, because I took hours and hours building this thing, but you only get to see a few minutes of it. So basically, I have to speed it up just so that, for the sake of time, and so that, it's not like incredibly boring, because if you see me playing around with things and changing my mind and changing my mind back again, like it's pretty boring. So you do see it go up pretty fast, but there's just a lot that I cut out, and it did take a lot of time and effort putting in everything that I wanted it to be and making it the way that I wanted it to look. And that's one of the reasons why I just don't find myself building as often anymore, just because I know that when I do want to build, I want it to look, how I envisioned it to look in my head. I want it to look, the best it can possibly look, in my opinion. So that just requires a lot of time put into it, and I don't always have that time, or, I'm not always willing to put in that time, and that's why, I know that when I want to build something, I have to really commit. And that's why when I do build, I'll spend hours on my computer and then I just won't touch it for several months. And then I'll go back on Sims, I'll spend hours on it. So it's just the kind of thing for me that I just can't do consistently. It's more of like I get really into it and then I'm not really into it. So I don't know if anyone else has these sort of phases, but I definitely do. But yeah, going back to the house, I said that I wanted to be sort of like a Barbie inspired build, not like super crazy like you would see with the hot pink and whatever, just like, Barbie inspired, but a little bit toned down. So you'll see me I have like a few pink touches here and there. I wanted to add the pink accents like with the flowers, and I'll be adding more pink flowers when I do the landscaping later. But then I also add like a little bit of the pink wallpaper in that front entrance area, and then I end up adding it a little bit later also on the sides once I do those. And you'll also see I use those pink windows that come with Get Famous, like the ones with the light pink accents. And you'll see me try to add the really hot pink ones that come with the romantic garden stuff pack. And for a second, I'm like considering it, but then I'm like, it's just too bright. Like it's not really the vibe I was going for. It wasn't really matching. And I decided to go with like, the pink accent instead of just like full on pink, because I've seen a lot of houses where it's super bright pink, and while the people who do that, they make it look amazing, I just really didn't want to go for that. I just didn't think there was a way I could make that look super good and like make it look like a real life like actual mansion house in the first place. So I really just thought I would go with a mansion, the type of mansion that I would build, but add pink instead of just like this is a pink Barbie mansion. So that's what I decided to do, and you'll see me, I just took out the windows that I wanted to add, and I think that would have been really cool if I could have made them fit, but I just decided to go against it. And you can see I have these little dormers here on the side, and I sized them up. Those are the ones, I think those also came with Get Famous, but I'd never done that before, I don't think, where I sort of like extended it on top and made it like its own little floor kind of above the dormer below it. And so this one is not functional, but the one below it with the window is. And I didn't realize this at the time, but like those windows and that top middle window that I use in like the big entrance area, shoot, I think that comes from Get to Work. It matches really well with this the other one that I have below the dormers and below that middle window. And that one came from, I think, Vintage Glamour stuff, and or maybe it was Moschino stuff. It's one of those, but I got both of those packs on sale recently, and I still had not built with it, even though I had gotten them like, I don't know, a month ago at least. So, you know, that was another reason I really wanted to start building again, because, you know, I get these packs whenever they're on sale, but then I don't use them. So I really, you know, trying to spend my money on the game wisely. So, you know, when I do buy something, I want to use it. So it was nice to be able to use that for the first time. And even though I usually do end up doing the interior furnishing for most of the builds that I do, at least the ones that I've done recently, I did not end up doing this one. I just really wasn't feeling it. And, you know, sometimes if it's like an interior that I'm like really looking forward to decorating, like, oh, this is going to go here and this is going to go there, and I get really excited, I'll end up doing most, if not all, the entire interior. But I just did not want to do that this time. I just really wasn't feeling it. So it is on the gallery, unfurnished under my ID, and you can, if you want to furnish it, you can. It's just, for me, sometimes I have fun doing it, and other times I just don't think it'll be fun. It's just more of a chore. For me, I really just enjoy doing the exteriors, and because I don't ever play in these houses, I can't really justify this time doing the interior, because like, I don't know what Sims are going to be living there, and you know, if I'm not going to be using it myself, and it really doesn't bring me like entertainment or joy to decorate the inside, then I just really find no reason to do it. But feel free if you guys want to. It's just, it was a really big task, it seemed like, because if it wasn't going to be fun, and just because of the size of this house, like there are just some of the biggest builds that I do, and I have no reason to decorate the inside because there's just so much to do, and like if I don't want to do it, why would I? So if that's something that you guys like doing, then feel free to download it and decorate it yourself. But I just haven't been feeling it lately. I really just was feeling doing the exterior, and I started to decorate the inside, but it just made me a little frustrated. So I decided to just stick with the outside because I already spent a lot of time on it and I was proud of it. So this video definitely ended up being a lot shorter than my other videos, not only just because I didn't record the interior, but I did end up cutting a lot out of me like being indecisive and whatever. So I think that's nice because, it's not as intimidating. Like I feel like when I see a video that looks interesting and then I see how long it is, I'm like, I don't want to click on that. That's just going to be take up too much time. And even though I like end up skipping through a lot of it anyways, it's just nicer to see like, oh, only 15 minutes. Like that'll be a nice little break like for my work or whatever. And it's not as big of a commitment. So I hope that you guys see it that way too. But yeah, once I'm done doing these front spiral staircases, I think I start heading off to the back and starting to decorate the back a little bit and finishing off the back of the house. I really don't record as much of me doing that because I was very, very indecisive and I just could not figure out what to do. And sometimes when I stop the recording, it helps me a lot because I'm not like, now you can see me not be able to make up my mind and whatever, and I don't have to worry as much about editing it out and whatever. So I definitely like cut here and there and you'll see like different like things going on, and so don't get confused. It's just me being decisive once again. But yeah, so I do the back and then I think I come back to the front and I start doing more of the landscaping, and then you'll see me do some of like the terrain painting. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. That's all I have to say, but thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll find some more free time to be able to do more videos and some more inspiration as well, because that's really my main issue I think in building. I just I don't want to build unless I'm really inspired, and because I really like to take pride in the things that I build, so I don't really want to put a lot of effort into something and put it out unless I'm really happy with it. So I really hope that I can find some inspiration again sometime soon. But until next time, I will see you guys. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.